The objective of the Police Digital Security Centre is to keep the smallest businesses secure online and increase their digital awareness. This video provides a look at the top tips for staying secure online. Cybercriminals can use your email to access many of your personal and business accounts, leaving you vulnerable to identity theft. It's important that you protect every email account with a strong and separate password. Software and app updates contain vital security updates to help protect your devices from cybercriminals. Two-step verification, or two-factor authentication, as it is known, is recommended to help protect all your online accounts. Using a password manager can help you create and remember strong passwords. Safeguard your most important data, such as your key documents and financial data, by backing them up to an external hard drive or a cloud-based storage system. And use 3 random words to create a single password or passphrase that's difficult to crack. We're often told that the passwords to access our online accounts should be really strong and not to use them anywhere else. This is especially true for the password for your email account. If you've used the same password across different accounts, cybercriminals only need one password to access all your accounts. So always use a strong and separate password for your email. That is, a password that you don't use for any of your other accounts, either at home or at work. If a criminal can access your email account, they could easily access private information about you and your business, including bank details, post emails and messages pretending to be from you, and use this to trick other people in the supply chain, reset all your other account passwords, and get access to all your other online accounts. Having a strong and separate password for your email means that if cybercriminals steal the password for one of your less important accounts, they can't use it to access your email account. If you have reused your email password across other accounts, change your email password as soon as possible. It should be strong and different to all your other accounts. Applying security updates promptly will help protect your devices and accounts from cybercriminals. You should apply updates to your apps and your device's software as soon as they are available. Updates include protection from viruses and other kinds of malware, and will often include improvements and new features. If you receive a prompt to update your device or your apps, don't ignore it. Applying these updates is one of the most important and quickest things you can do to keep yourself safe online. You should also turn on automatic updates in your device's settings if it's available. This will mean you do not have to remember to apply the updates and can schedule them to happen during downtime. Manufacturers eventually stop providing updates for older devices. If you continue to use a device that is no longer supported, it won't receive updates that contain new features and performance improvements, and it won't receive the security updates from the manufacturer. And without these, your device is far less secure. Turning on two-step verification is one of the most effective ways to protect your online accounts from cybercriminals. You should protect your most important accounts, email, banking, social media, by making sure you have two-step verification turned on for each of them. Two-step verification, 2SV, which is also known as two-factor authentication or multi-factor authentication, MFA, helps to keep cybercriminals out of your accounts, even if they know your passwords. When you set up two-step verification, you'll be sent a PIN or code, often by SMS or email. You then need to enter this PIN to prove that it's really you, since it's presumed only you, and not the cybercriminal, can access your phone or email. There are different types of two-step verification. You don't necessarily need a mobile phone to turn on two-step verification. Some organizations will let you use a landline number or a separate device, such as a card reader for online banking or a USB stick. The important thing is that whatever type you choose, it only takes a few minutes to set up two-step verification. Once you've done it, you're instantly much safer online. We all need help remembering our passwords. One of the best ways to do it is to get a password manager or save passwords to your browsers. We're often told that the passwords for our online account should be really strong and to not use the same password anywhere else, especially for those important accounts like email and banking. The trouble is, most of us have lots of online accounts, so creating different passwords for all of them and remembering them is hard. This is where a password manager can help. A password manager or a web browser can store all your passwords securely, so you don't have to worry about remembering them. This allows you to use unique, strong passwords for all your important accounts, rather than using the same password for all of them, something you should never do. Additionally, password managers are helpful because they can synchronize your passwords across different devices, help spot fake websites, let you know if you're reusing the same password across different accounts, notify you if your password appears within a known data breach, and it'll work across platforms. So you could use a single password manager that would work for your iPhone and your Windows desktop. Most of us at some point have been unable to access important data, whether it's work documents, photos, videos, contact details, or other information. Making backups doesn't take very long and can usually be set up to take place automatically. So a little planning in advance to make backups could save you a lot of stress should the worst happen. A backup is a copy of your important data that's stored in a separate, safe location. It may be on the internet, known as cloud storage, or on removable media, such as a USB stick, an SD card, or an external hard drive. Once you've made a backup, if you lose access to your original data, you can restore a copy of it from the backup. Most backup solutions allow you to choose what data is backed up, whether that's just documents or the entire contents of your computer and network. As a rule of thumb, you should back up anything that you value. That is, anything that would inconvenience you for whatever reason if you could no longer access it. If you use cloud storage, a backup of your data is stored on the internet. If you use products from Apple, Google, or Microsoft, you'll probably have an amount of cloud storage space for free. You can also back up your data to removable media, such as an external hard drive, a USB stick or thumb drive, an SD card, or DVD or CDR disks. When the removable media isn't in use, it's important that you disconnect it. Viruses and other types of malware, such as ransomware, can move to attached media automatically, which means any such backup could also be infected, leaving you with no backup to recover from. Once you've made your backup, it is important to check that they contain all your important data. If you have data that is irreplaceable, then consider keeping a copy in the cloud and also on removable media, so you can always access it. Combine 3 random words to create a password that's long enough and strong enough. Weak passwords can be cracked in seconds. The longer and more unusual your password is, the harder it is for a cybercriminal to crack. A good way to make your password difficult to crack is by combining 3 random words to create a single password. Or you could use a password manager, which can create strong passwords for you and remember them. Avoid the most common passwords, shown here in red, that criminals can easily guess, such as password. You should also avoid creating passwords from significant dates, like your birthday, or from your favorite sports team, or by using family and pet names. Most of these details can be found within your social media profile. If you're thinking of changing certain characters in your password, for example, swapping the letter O for a 0, you should know that cybercriminals know these tricks as well. So your password won't be significantly stronger, but it will be harder for you to remember. By using a password that's made up of 3 random words, you're creating a password that will be strong enough to keep the criminals out, but easy enough for you to remember. Long-standing advice around making your passwords very complex is not helpful. This is because most of us have lots of passwords, and memorizing lots of complex passwords is almost impossible. In the event of the worst happening, there are some useful points of contact shown on this slide. Thank you for listening. please visit the Police Digital Security Centre website for more advice and free infographics for you to use and share in your business place.